chapter. Identifying solutions to systems of equations. If it's going to be a solution to the system, it has to work in both equations. You already had ones where you just tested one line. Now you're going to test both of them. However, if it doesn't work in one of them, the answer is going to be no. So if it doesn't work in the first one, don't bother checking the second one. In order to be yes, it has to work in both of them. So I'm going to start with 4, 4, so I'm going to check it. 5 times 4 minus 3 times 4, does that equal 8? Well, 20 minus 12, sure enough, gives me 8. So then I'm going to check it in the bottom one. Y is 4, and x is also going to be 4. So I have, does 4 equal 4 times 4 plus 2? Well, 16 plus 2 is not going to be 4, so my first answer is going to be no. Worked in the first one, but didn't work in the second one. So then I'm going to check the next point, which says 0, 2. 5 times 0 minus 3 times 2, does that equal 8? Well, 5 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 6 does not equal 8. So I'm just going to say no right away, and I'm not even going to bother to check it in the second line because there's no point. So then I'm going to go to the third point. 5 times negative 2 minus 3 times negative 6. Does that equal 8? Negative 10 plus 18. Yep, that one equals 8. So then I got to check it in the bottom one. So the y value is negative 6. Does that equal 4 times the x value of negative 2 plus 2? 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 plus 2, sure enough, is negative 6. And that one worked in both the first and the second point. So I get to put a yes on that one. And then I check the fourth one. So on the top I've got 5 times 7 minus 3 times negative 1. Does that equal 8? 35 plus 3. Nope, no way does that make 8. So I'm not even going to bother checking the second one, because we know in order to be a solution it has to work in both. So you probably won't get a whole lot of yeses on these ones because it has to work in both in order to be a solution. So number 11, I'm going to check 3, negative 1. Negative 1 goes in for the y, 3 goes in for the x. So does negative 1 equal 4 times 3 minus 3? Is that a yes or a no? No. Nope. Since that's a no, I'm not even going to bother checking that second equation. So I'm going to go to the next point where we're using 5 and 17. 17 in for the y. Does that equal 4 times 5 for the x minus 3? That one's a yes. So that means since this is a yes, I've got to check my second equation. So 8 times the x value of 5 minus 2 times the y value of 17, does that equal 6? Yes, it does. 40 minus 34. So I got a yes and a yes, so that second point, I get to mark yes, it did work in both of my equations. So now I go to the third order pair, checking in the top one, 7 in for y, so does, and then I write the 0, does 7 equal 4 times 0, which is the x value minus 3? Does 7 equal 4 times 0 minus 3? No. Since it's a no, I'm just going to mark no then. And then I check the fourth one. So negative 11 in for the y. Does that equal 4 times negative 2 minus 3? Yep, that worked on the first one. Since it worked on the first one, now I got to check the second one. So 8 times the x value of negative 2 minus 2 times the y value of a negative 11. Does that give me an answer of 6?
Yes.
Yes, it does. So I got a yes and a yes. So I'm going to mark yes for my fourth point. Number 12, same kind of thing. Checking negative 3, negative 9. So negative 7 times negative 3 plus 2 times negative 9. Does that give me an answer of 3? Yes, it does. So since it worked on the first one, now I got to check the second one. So the second one says take 2 times negative 3 minus 3 times negative 9 to see if it equals 4 or not.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Since I got a no on one of them, it's going to be no for the whole thing. Now I can check the second one. So negative 7 times the x value of 8 plus 2 times the y value of 4. Does that give me an answer of 3?
No.
Nope. Since I got a no, I can just mark no and not check the second one, unless you really want to. Checking the third one. Negative 7 times the x value of 0 plus 2 times the y value of 5. Does that equal 3? Nope. Again, since I got a no, I can just mark no, and I can check the last point. So negative 7 times negative 1 plus 2 times negative 2, does that equal 3?
Yes.
Yep, works on that one. So that means we've got to check our second equation. 2 times negative 1 minus 3 times negative 2, does that equal a positive 4?
Yes.
Yes, it does. I got a yes for both of them, so then I can mark yes for that system of equations. And the last three on the chapter are graphing absolute value ones.